Today we look at how to create Facebook lead ads that get real estate leads like this, and like this. Hey, it's Jaime. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel. It brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. All right, so let's get started. We're here in the Ads Manager where all of your advertising should be going down. To create a campaign, you can either go up here and hit create or create an ad from right here. But we're gonna go to the big green button and we're gonna create. The campaign that we're gonna focus on today is a lead generation campaign. There are a ton of benefits to using the lead generation campaign, which is right here, but I'll highlight a few. First, people stay on Facebook the moment that they click learn more or register or sign up, whatever you use to as a button when you're launching the campaign, people stay on Facebook. So that's one huge benefit. The second huge benefit is when they stay on Facebook, the lead form that pops up, the information that you gave to Facebook is already pre-populated. So that means that they don't have to type in any additional information. The name, the email, the phone number, anything else that they gave to Facebook automatically populates. So it's much easier for them to submit their information, essentially much less friction, so they're more likely to give you their contact information. And then another huge benefit is since they are staying on Facebook, you don't have to go out and create a high converting landing page or a high converting website because everything happens on Facebook. So that's another huge benefit, which all of that together gives me the comfort in telling you that lead generation campaign is the easiest campaign to choose from when you're starting out with Facebook ads. The rest of these we can go through in another video, which I do in other videos, but the lead generation campaign is where you want to start out with if you're just starting out with advertising. And even if you are an experienced marketer, this is a fantastic campaign objective, fantastic campaign to get absolutely right because it gives you a ton of leads. All right, so we're gonna go through and we're gonna continue. Okay, and now we are introduced to the campaign section. Well, I can leave myself up here a little bit. So what we just selected was the objective, and you can see we have the ability to select the campaign again. So you see the same options that we already had, we have them one more time. Now, since you are running an ad in the special ad category, which is the housing part of the special ad category, you do have to select this right here. You see the special ad categories. We're gonna toggle that on. If you're running credit, employment, housing, and now politics types of campaigns, you have to highlight that. So you see credit, employment, housing, and then social issues and politics. So we're gonna go to housing, and this gives you a bit of a explanation of what housing is. Real estate listings, homeowners insurance, mortgage loans, or other related opportunities. If you have to even consider like, hey, is this really housing? If you have that question, most likely it is housing. Most likely it falls under the other related opportunities. So just giving you a heads up on that. And when it comes to the naming convention, you can name it whatever you want. But what I like to do is I like to call out the type of campaign that I'm running, and then I like to name the ad along the way. So that's a little bit about the naming convention. I'll just leave new campaign right there. Oops, there we go. New campaign right there. And you can leave it, I'll leave it up to you how you want to label and name your campaigns. So we're going to continue. Auction is the only option right there. We're going to leave lead generation. And then down here, where A/B split testing, I like to do manual split testing. So we're not going to go through that right now. But basically what happens with A/B testing, it gives you an opportunity to fill out different things that you want to split test. It gives you different audiences, it gives you different locations. So you're able to split test in that form right from the same screen. I find it a little bit confusing at times, so I don't even do it that way. I prefer to copy my entire campaign or my ad set or my ad, whatever I'm split testing, and then pasting it again and then adjusting whatever I want to split test. That's how I like to split test. But you can certainly do A/B split testing. No harm with doing that. The campaign budget optimization. If you toggle this switch on, it's going to ask you, what's your daily budget? And Facebook is going to take that daily budget that you have, or any type of budget, if you want to do lifetime budget, it'll take that budget and then it's going to allocate it to all of the ad sets and all of the ads that you create. I don't like doing it this way because I like to set my budget at the ad set level. So I'm going to toggle this on, but just know that that's what it'll do. It'll optimize based off of the campaign. So as an example, if you give it $100 to spend in one day and you create 5 different ad sets, it's not going to divide it out into 5 equal portions. It's gonna feed the ad set that it thinks that it's gonna perform better, and it's gonna continue feeding it and feeding it, feeding it. I don't personally like that because I like to give each ad set its own shot and then have them either rise or fall under their own merits. But Facebook suppresses it. If you do the campaign budget, it suppresses the campaigns and really allocates where your budget's going to go. So I don't particularly like that. Okay, so we're going to go to next. Hey, one quick second. I'll let you get right back to the video, but you're about to get so many leads, and I want you to be prepared. When you have one of the leads under contract and they start asking you, wow, how did you get so good at marketing? I want you to share this very video with them and ask them to smash like. And then you're going to name the ad set whatever you want, the Facebook page that you're running the ads from. And since we're running a lead generation campaign for the, well, not for the first time, but if this happens to be the first time that you're running a lead generation campaign, it's going to ask you to accept the terms and conditions. So view the terms. It's relatively short, so you see A through G, not much information there, or not a lot of reading, so I suggest that you check it out, see what it says. But you do have to accept the policies before you can actually launch the campaign. So you do have to accept these terms before you can move forward. Dynamic creative, this is a different way of split testing. This has more to do with products, so we're not going to necessarily go into the dynamic creative. Just know that it will automatically generate different combinations of titles, different combinations of images, different combinations based off of what people are searching for or more likely to respond to. I don't use that all that much, but that's what the dynamic creative is. And then the catalog, if you have different products, different services, you can select right there. But we're not going to do that. Okay, so notice that we have the daily budget here. As a reminder, if we had done the campaign budget optimization over here on the left-hand side, then this would not be available to us. We would have already selected that over there. So we're going to leave it at 20. The start date, we're just going to leave today as the start date. I don't put an end date because I don't want to suppress its reach. I don't want it to prolong anything. I just want to come here and turn it off whenever I want. So also, and really most importantly, whenever I do a end date, I don't like operating under the set it and forget it mentality, because what if I mess up early on? Let's just say I have an end date for 7 days from now, spending $20, and I make a mistake and I have the set it and forget it mentality, and I come back 7 days later once it's all done and find out that I was sending people to the wrong URL. That happens. That happens, especially when you have that set it and forget it mentality. So that's why I suggest that come in here every single day. If you want to manage it at the beginning and then at the end, monitor the results, I suggest that you do that. But at bare minimum, come in here once a day and see what's going on with your advertising, because at the end of the day, this is your money. So just want to give you that heads up. And then the audiences, if you have a custom audience or a special ad audience, you can call it back right here. So you have the custom audience, and then if you have a special ad audience, which this particular training account does not, you can call that audience back up here. So custom audience, there you go. And then the special ad audience, which is very similar to a lookalike audience, is here where you can create one, and also where you actually call back that audience that you just create. All right, we're not going to go into a custom audience today, but just know that that's what's happening there. And then when you're advertising, you have the ability of where people are if they interacted in the location that you're going to advertise in, or if they live in the location that you live that you're advertising in. That's very important to know. So that's why by default it starts out living in or recently in this location, so targeting those people. But you do want to move over to people living in the location. So the geography that you select, the location on the map that you select, you want people that actually live there, because that's going to be most of the time your farm. Unless you are using the Facebook ads for relocation leads or things of that nature, then it's likely that you can go to recently in this location, people traveling this location, and maybe a tandem of that. But there's strategies around the relocation niche, which I share in other videos, so I'll make sure to link them. All right, so with that being said, we are under the special ad category. Age, anybody 18 and above that fits the following criteria will see the ads. Gender, all genders will see the ads. Now, if I move myself, let me move myself over here. I might not be as big of a hindrance. So you see there's a lot of people that are in the United States, clearly. So let me go back up for a quick second and select an area. Let's just say we're going to do Atlanta today. Atlanta, Georgia. There's 2.2 million people in Atlanta. So right now we're targeting to the entire metropolitan area of Atlanta. So if we wanted to reduce it, since we're in the special ad category, we can't select based off of demographics, but we can filter and select based off of interest. So if somebody is interested in Zillow, somebody is interested in house shopping, someone's interested in luxury real estate, we're able to select that. So as an example, luxury real estate, I highly encourage you that whenever you're split testing, you include luxury real estate. That is one that consistently performs at the very top whenever I'm split testing. So Zillow is a great interest to split test. Trulia is a great interest to split test. And there's a category here that says real estate just in general. That one historically hasn't proved out to be all that great. So just be aware of that. But luxury real estate has been pretty good to us lately. So when you go to suggestions, there's that real estate interest that I was showing you, and look how many people are in that audience. So historically, it hasn't been that great for us. Maybe once in a full moon, it will work for us, but it's not the first one that I split test, especially if I have a limited budget that I work with. So you see the suggestions that they give you. And now let's just say that's still too many people for you. Let's just say you wanted people that are interested in luxury, but you want to refine it a little bit more. The way that you do that is by going to narrow audience and then go down here. Let's just say Zillow. We want people that are interested in luxury real estate and also interested in Zillow. So as you can see here, it dropped it down to more than a half. So that is actually a fair sized audience that we can go to the market with. So we're going to continue going based off of these intentions, based off of these interests that these people that we're marketing towards have those interests. All right, and then placements. Placements continue to grow. Chances are whenever you watch this video, there's going to be even more placements. There's going to be additional placements. So if you go to manual placements, you're going to see everywhere that you can advertise. Now remember, this is a lead generation campaign, which involves a form. That form does not work everywhere. It will work if you're advertising on Instagram. People will be pulled into the form because it's on Facebook, but it won't work in all of the other placements. So let's just give you an example. Let's just say Facebook Messenger Stories. It doesn't work there right now. Now, if you wanted all of these highlighted, which I can't think why you would. If you want all of those highlighted, then you would have to go back out and not run a lead generation campaign. You would need to run a traffic campaign. That's going to give you the most robust options when it comes to placements. But as I was mentioning, I can't think of an example of why you would want to do that unless you were retargeting. But all you would need to do to get started, to get some leads flowing in through the door, is leaving the Facebook newsfeed on. If you leave that one alone, you're going to find great success. If you want to add the Instagram feed, you can certainly do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, I would prefer that you run a campaign for the Facebook newsfeed. So run that campaign all the way through. And then once you have, once you create that campaign, copy it and then paste it. So create another campaign, duplicate it basically, and then unhighlight that and select the Instagram feed, and then start split testing. So be split testing as much as you possibly can. All right. Cool. All right. All mobile devices, for sure you want to leave that on. Only when connected to the Wi-Fi. So this little button, this makes most sense if you have an application. So a lot of people don't like downloading an app because it feeds into their data. So they'll download it if they're on the Wi-Fi, but if they're not on the Wi-Fi, then they won't download it. So that's what that button is there telling you. Cost control, I don't worry about that because most of the time when you're targeting a new campaign or targeting a new area, you don't know what it's going to ultimately cost right off the bat. So you don't want to put anything there and suppress your results. Okay. And then you, of course, name the ad. And then if you were advertising on Instagram, you can certainly link up Instagram. You don't have to even have an Instagram account to advertise, but just know that it is preferred. So you do want to link up your Instagram when you are advertising. When it comes to the ad setup, you have the format. You have the single image or video, which is over here, the image or the video. And then the carousel has different cards. So you're going to start out with 3 cards. So 1 card, 2 cards, and the third card you can't see. But the benefit of different carousel cards is that you have a headline, a URL, and an image that you can adjust. So you see right here, headline, the description, which is right below, and then continue adding different cards, which is a little different design than you may be used to. So you see the options right there. And it gives you an additional way to present inventory. So if you have a new build construction as an example, then you can highlight one certain plan, another plan, and so on and so forth. So that's very beneficial. But for us today, what we're gonna do is select an image. We're gonna go to edit image, change the image right there. And then we're gonna go to the stock photos. The stock photos is through Shutterstock. So right now, if I type in home, it's gonna show me a house or a home that I can select from. Let me select house because home actually gives you more interior people than actual house. So we're gonna go to house and we're gonna say, is that the White House? We're gonna go with that White House. There you go. We're gonna continue. It's gonna populate over here. And don't be worried if you see Shutterstock, that is common. Once the ad is actually running, Shutterstock goes away. So just be aware of that. And when it comes to the primary text, this is very important. How are you going to generate leads? A lot of it has to do with what you're promising. So what's the lead magnet? What's the ad copy? And then the second thing is the image. Well, the image I didn't put too much of an importance because it's going to vary. So what I am going to put more importance on is giving you the ad copy that you're going to see right now. So the price drop ad. This ad just crushes it. Every single market that we run in. California, Texas, Florida, New York, New Jersey, North Carolina, South Carolina, Kansas, every state basically at this point that we run it in, which I can't think of a state that we haven't run it in at this point. All 50 states have been covered. It works. It works. Now, targeting does need some adjustments a good amount of the time, but that's where you're going into split testing. But when it comes to the ad copy, it just crushes it every time. So price drop, what are we doing? We're advertising a property that has had a price drop in its recency. So if a listing that you had or another agent had gets a reduction of $10,000, well, you want to call that out. You want to say that there's been a price drop on a, Atlanta home for sale. And then you also want to put a unique feature to the property. You don't want to put all of the description here. You don't want to put the MLS description here. What you want to put is either next to a, let's just say it's lakefront property. Let's say it has a remodeled kitchen. Let's say it's on an acre plus. Something that makes the property stand out than the cookie cutter homes that are out there. That's what you want to highlight. You want to put a bit more, not only curiosity, but you want to highlight the best feature that the property has so people can see themselves at least requesting additional information on, because that's what you want. And then click learn more for, and then the lead magnet. With this ad, the price drop ad, the lead magnet becomes additional pictures, the address, the price of the property, and virtual tours. Now more than ever, virtual tours are a thing, so it's very advantageous for you to put that in here. So again, the commitment that you have to the people that click here is that you're going to give them the lead magnet, which is the additional pictures, the virtual tour, the price, the address, and all that fun stuff, because they're curious which home, they're going to see the White House, which home has had a significant price drop, and that's where you can put that there. All right, so headline, a huge price drop on Atlanta. Let's do that. Atlanta home. Here we go. And then description, as you can see right here, the headline is going there, and then the description, will not last. Cool. All right, and then the call to action, as mentioned before, it was a learn more call to action. And the biggest benefit of the lead generation campaign is this lead form. As a reminder, with the lead form, people stay on Facebook. With the lead form, people's information that they gave to Facebook stays on here and automatically populates. And also another big benefit to the lead form is that you don't have to create a landing page. You don't have to create a high converting website. You don't have to worry about any of that. All you have to do is make sure that you have a privacy policy, which I'll show you in a couple of seconds where that goes, and you're off and running. So we're going to go to create lead form. This setting right here that you're about to see is so important. Right here, when you go to settings and go to open, your ad can be shared and anyone can submit this form. What this is telling you is if you do an open setting, whenever somebody sees the ad and they find it intriguing enough and they tag a friend or they share the ad with a friend, that friend that submits their contact information, that became a free lead to you. That became a lead that you don't have to pay for because you don't get charged that. So that's super powerful. You want to give yourself at least an opportunity of getting some additional people without having to pay for them. So that's super powerful, and don't forget to open that up because it's just pure benefit. Then you're gonna name the form. So here you would I'm just gonna leave the form there, but you're gonna name the form. Form type, you can do more volume or higher intent. The difference being with the higher intent, you add a review setup step that gives people a chance to confirm their info. I don't go with the higher intent. I go with the more volume for all of my ads just because it gives me more leads and more people. Because at the end of the day, if they're going to give me bad information, they're going to give me bad information regardless if they confirm the information or if they don't. It's just going to happen. All right, so the background image, which you can't see because I covered it, which was at White House. Use the image from your ad. Always, always, always use the image from the ad. Don't introduce a different variable once they have clicked the lead form. So when I say that, I mean they saw something in the ad copy when they were scrolling through. They saw something meaningful enough for them to click learn more. Don't introduce a different variable when they land here, because if they see something they don't like, boom, they're gone. They're just gone. Okay, so don't introduce something different. So that's why I say leave the same image from your ad. And same thing goes for messaging. So you have the ability to do a headline here. So let's just say price drop on Atlanta home will not last. Notice that I didn't give them anything that's new. I don't want to, again, I don't want to introduce a different variable. I don't want to say that this home is 2 stories, even though they kind of see what it looks like. I don't want to say that this home only qualifies if it's a conventional. I don't want to say that this home on the counter side will not qualify if it's FHA. I don't want to put any of that now because they've already cost me money. They've already cost me money by clicking on here, landing here, and I want them to go ahead and go through and give me their contact information, and I filter them out. Once I give them a call, once my assistant gives them a call, or the agents that I work with, once they give them a call. Okay, so I'd much rather that be the filter than them self-qualifying out of the lead, okay? Questions. You get to ask them whatever you want. The 3 items that I do suggest that you ask for is the first name versus the full name, because you're going to find it converts better. And then you're going to ask for the phone number. First name, email, phone number. That is super powerful. All right. And then the description. Now you have to actually put a little bit of description up here. And where can I send you additional details? There you go. Privacy. This is that link that I was talking about. The link right there, we're going to go to privacy.com. This isn't a link, so don't use it. And then privacy policy. You do want to have a privacy policy. You want to make sure that you are linking to an appropriate privacy policy, not like I did. You want to make sure that there is an appropriate privacy policy, because that little button alone or that little link alone can get your ad account suspended, can get your business manager suspended, and can get your personal ad account suspended. So don't risk it. Don't risk it. Make sure that you have a privacy policy. It can be good. It can be bad. As long as you have one, Facebook is going to take that into consideration, because when you accepted the terms and conditions right at the ad set level, you attested that you did have a privacy policy and that you're going to be protecting the information of the people that submit their information to you. So just be aware of that. And then after they complete, once they submit their information, thanks, you're all set. I would just say check your email for this beautiful home. All right. And then right here, I would say call to business, and then let's talk now. And then put the phone number right there, wherever you want to drive, whoever you want to pick up the phone, or whatever phone number you want to use, that is what you're going to go with. So let me move myself. And then at this point, you're just going to save the draft and then publish it. So when you publish it, that means it becomes a set stone, a firm form that cannot be changed, cannot be edited. So if you messed up here with misspelling, you're going to have to duplicate it and then adjust it from there. But once you seal it, once you publish it, that becomes a long-standing form that you cannot edit. So just be aware of that. So I'm going to X out of here. Okay. I'm going to move myself for a quick second. You're going to go down here, make sure that your Facebook pixel is on and up and running. And then all you have to do is press publish. So once you press publish, it's going to take a couple of minutes, depending if you just started your ad set or your ad account. It's going to take a couple of hours for it to get approved. But once it's approved, you're off and running. So once you press publish, go ahead and take that campaign and duplicate it. So I'm going to X out of this, and I'm just going to close it. Let's see if I can duplicate it. So you're going to go down here and you're going to duplicate it if you want to split test. So if you want to split test the images or the ad copy, you're going to duplicate from here because you see the ad. Now, if you want to duplicate the targeting, if you want to split test the targeting or who you want to see the ad, you're going to go to ad sets, and then you're going to duplicate it from there. And if you want to duplicate the entire campaign, you're going to go to duplicate right here and then make the adjustment that you want. So this is all it takes. I know we took a little bit more time than we do in other videos, but this is very important that you understand how to run the most basic and the most at the same time the most complicated campaign that Facebook gives you. If you're just getting started, lead generation campaigns are phenomenal. Even if you are a master at it, lead generation campaigns are phenomenal. This works every which way. So I'm very excited at you taking on this journey. If there's any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Well, now that you know how to create Facebook lead ads, it's time to learn how to create Facebook conversion ads. So I'll leave a video right here that's going to help you do that. Also, if you found value today, please be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another video. And of course, make it your best day yet.